Hey guys, what's up? Super excited to be with Jordi, who is the CMO of Brickken here at Token2049. We are back at this beautiful media house, so thank you so much for joining us today. I want to get into the marketing side of things for Brickken. We just heard from the CEO, got into the business side, the vision for the company, his background, struggles they've been through, huge successes they've had, and the vision for their future. But now I want to talk about something that I personally love, which is Web3 marketing. As a marketer myself, been in this for many years, I'm excited to pick your brain, learn about what makes Brickken an epic company, getting the name out there. So I'd love it if you kick it off and tell us how you're doing today.
Perfect. First of all, thank you guys for having me here. It's really good. Really nice to be here again. Not the first time that we are in this place. And well, I don't know if I can tell you all the secrets on how we became epic, but yeah, glad to answer any question you may have.
What makes marketing successful in Web3 today? What does a successful marketing campaign look like in Web3?
I think that in Web3 is opposite to Web2. Community comes first. Okay, so brand awareness and being known and having a loyal community supporting the project. I think that that's the main goal from a pure marketing point of view. I think compared to Web2, where it's more based on traditional media, lead generation, and so on. But as a crypto company, well, fintech, but with our own token and in crypto, I think that, yeah, community and more pure Web3, tactics and strategies are the ones that are required in this market.
What does community mean to you?
Community, well, it means a lot of things, but for us, especially in our case, for Brickken, it means the thousands of people that are supporting us on our socials, both crypto Twitter, but especially on Telegram, and especially those ones that believed in us from day one. Okay, since our pre-sale times, then our public sale times when listing, and that have been there supporting the project on the good times and bad times too.
And how did you curate this community?
Well, a lot of hard work, a lot of coffee, a lot of sleepless nights, and having to be in Telegram 24/7. That's how you do that. And being transparent. I think that the key is being transparent and being communicative with the community.
How do you find your initial community members? Like, how did you build this? Because I mean, there's a lot of Twitter, you got ads, you got events. How did you guys curate your community?
First of all, by being crypto users ourselves. So we knew how community worked, where people were actually, which other communities we can tap in and find users from. And in our case, we didn't go the paid way. So of course, we ran some ads, we created some campaigns along some KOLs and so on, but it was mostly an organic thing. So getting to know key players that can bring you exposure and explaining our business idea and our vision. That's what actually convinced them to join in the first place.
Very cool. And when you kind of think about what makes one community stand out over the other, why do you think your community stands out? Why do people want to join?
I think that in our case, it's not, I might be completely biased here, but we have something really different. That is our CEO, Edwin. He's always there.
In the community, in the trenches with them.
Yeah, he's actually the most active community user.
On Telegram and Discord?
Yeah.
Wow, that is very unique.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Exactly. When you are CEO of a company, especially when, well, in our industry, that it's fintech, there's a lot of, complications, day-to-day operation and so on. But still, it doesn't matter whether it's Monday morning or Sunday night. If something happens there, he's the first one to be answering. So he doesn't hide behind a moderator or whatever. So, and actually, there's been some pretty heat-up discussions in the community.
Like what?
Well, you know how crypto is. Like, there's a lot of whining, people complaining about everything. But in the end, since we've been seen as a blue chip project, we don't have anything to hide. So we can always go there and answer to any question, any complaint that people might have, or even, how Telegram works. Scammers, impersonators, whatever. So yeah, compared to other communities, what makes us different is this: the whole team and our CEO, they are in the trenches with them.
In the trenches.
Yeah.
I love that. Makes a successful strategy on X, like on Twitter? Because so many people are trying so many different things on Twitter to get momentum, get attention. What is your X secret sauce?
Secret sauce is partnering with fellow projects and builders. We try to always establish relationships with projects that are actually building something. Okay, that they are not just a pretty PowerPoint, that they are raising money for the token. So we are really active on Twitter Spaces. Actually, I think that we have an average of 2.2 spaces a week. So that's if you take it like that, like 100 plus spaces a year, our own, but also participating on others. So in the end, it's providing content to the audience. I mean, we are in an industry that is difficult to understand, and we are there to educate, to try to share knowledge. So the same that we do in Telegram, we try to do it on other channels too.
Why is it so important to utilize Twitter for Web3? And why do you think Twitter's become the go-to platform?
I think that's the key.
Yeah.
I mean, it's not that we decided to. The crypto community turned Twitter into crypto Twitter. Actually, well, so Twitter X. But
No, you're right.
sorry, but
Yeah.
it's still difficult to say X.
I agree.
I think it was because of the immediate component of that. You know, that people could share whatever, engage in discussions with anyone else. A lot of meme potential and a lot of, let's say, BS also can be done there. And I think that is the true nature of crypto. You know, that anyone can say anything and you will find people so different that I think that X was the perfect platform for that. That's why also we have other platforms like Reddit or Discord more for gaming, but yeah, Reddit and X became, you know, on their own thing, the main channel for crypto.
What's it like to be a CMO of a crypto company?
It feels like, well, you get gray hair sooner than
At least you have
in
hair.
Web 2. Yeah. Well, it's a matter of time that there's no gray hair at all. But yeah, I think that it's quite challenging in the way that Web 2 it's more an established, you know, type of marketing. If we're talking about marketing specifically, and things you can create a plan, you know, you can execute that plan. You can plan 1 year, 5 years ago, well, upfront. But when it comes to crypto, there's no plan, no valid plan. It's almost you, of course, you can have your own strategy, but there's a lot of real-time component there. You know, you need to be really flexible and adapt to any shift in the market. Any potential opportunity can go there. Why? Because it's a really, it's a really fast industry with people that move really fast compared to traditional companies. So it's challenging in that way. And then we have the community side that requires of a complete different type of marketing. I mean, and in our specific case, the challenge is that we have our clients that are pure B2B corporations, financial institutions that require a serious corporate approach. And then we have the community. So it's like having two completely different marketing departments. And you try for them not to overlap. Because what is interesting for crypto community is not interesting at all for a financial institution. So yeah, it's pretty challenging, but I think it's funny too.
How has the rise of AI impacted your marketing strategy?
On many different points. I wouldn't know where to start. First of all, would be like copywriting for specific type of content. I think that had an impact, that it can take some time out of you. And
Do you think it's as good though?
no.
Good point. I agree with you.
I'm not a fan because in the end, I think that we are closing the loop again. So everything is AI, AI will start feeding with just AI-based content, So in the end, we're gonna be having worse content than the one that we had 3 years ago. And for me, I think that AI should be used as a tool, data analysis tool, prospecting, scouting for opportunities. But in terms of content creation and engaging with community, I think that I'm not a really supporter of that. Because in the end, we're gonna be becoming again copywriters, and copywriters will be much more popular again because everyone is using AI, and you can identify who is using AI like just at first sight. So what we are implementing this, and it's not just on marketing, it's company wide, is try to automate processes that are actually not, they don't require any expertise, it's just wasted time. So we're trying not to waste time on things that can be automated. And that's a process that we are implementing, yeah, company wide, from the marketing department, operations, sales, and everything. So especially for data crunching and stuff like that.
When you look at other platforms outside of X, do you think there's any platforms that are really necessary for marketers to be utilizing?
For
crypto.
are we talking for crypto?
For Brickken.
Well, we are also partnering with other, let's say, questing platforms such as Taskon, Geely. We're partnering with them. There's Gagse over there, and those are the main platforms that actually can make some sense. Okay, but in the end, it's just vanity metrics most of the time, because if you really want real supporters, real people that can actually, you can turn to investors, you need someone that is not farming Quest. Someone that actually gets interested in the project and gets in for the long term. I'm not interested in bringing 10,000 new members that are going to be leaving and selling our token in 2 days. There's no value in that. Okay, yeah, vanity metrics, then I can flex about having thousands of users, active users, but in the end, there's not real value for the business. And at Brickken, something that we do is that maybe we are not as big as other projects in terms of follower base, but in terms of real engagement and loyalty of our followers, I think that we might be top 3 out there.
Very impressive. When you think about how you want to continue to get adoption for Brickken moving forward, you mentioned a lot of different strategies. What has been the most successful in getting new both clients and retail users to buy the token?
Expertise and know-how. I mean, last year we came to Singapore. Okay, it was me and Edwin, our CEO, and well, we had the goal of benchmarking how the market was regarding RWA and tokenization, and we found out that there was still a need for education on that. So once we came back to Barcelona, we decided that we are the ones with the most know-how in there. Compliance-wise, we know about regulation. We've been building a project for almost 6 years, that in this industry, it's almost for the entire lifetime of the industry. And we said, like, we need to position ourselves up there. I mean, we are the best, but people doesn't know that we are the best. And there's some other players there that they are worldwide known. They pretend to be the best, but they are actually not the best. So what we said, like, we need to make sure that people know us.
What makes you the best?
Know-how and expertise. That's why we start working really hard on thought leadership, articles, opinion. We were working closely with the European Commission in terms of regulation. So we are trying to spread the word about that. Okay, in terms legal terms, technology wise too. We have a lot of in-house know-how that we can spread there, and we've seen that both from community brand awareness, but also for clients, that's what actually has brought some real clients, like knocking to our door, being interested on tokenizing.
Because I asked anyone, what do you see the value is most of all at in-person events and like making content like this from a marketing perspective?
Well, working remotely is really useful for some things, but in real life, events and connections are priceless, man. I mean, like, it's not the same to be through a Google Meet chat talking to someone on the other side of the wall. Maybe you've been 2 years talking already, but then if you meet here, Singapore, any other event, or even just for some drinks, I mean, that's where business gets done. That's where deals are closed, and especially I think that personal relations are really important because especially in this world, everyone knows everyone. It's a really tight world. Being able to network, it's crucial for us. So the way that we do is that we're a nice team. Okay, we don't try to screw anyone, and we found out that we know everyone in the industry.
Your
And
network is your net
yeah,
worth.
yeah, exactly. That's a really good one.
Well,
I
thank
take
you.
note of that and feed it to our AI for content. But yeah, networking here it's crucial. I mean, you can pick up the phone and ask for anyone.
What have you learned about marketing in Web3 over your last couple of years that surprised you?
In terms of crypto marketing, would be yeah the power that some communities can have, especially in the we've learned the bad actors, the bad things about crypto marketing. Okay, because in the end, it's a type of marketing that it's evolving. There's still not a set of rules, and it's changing a lot. But in terms of security and all the malicious things that can actually hurt your image and your community, that's something that we're learning. And more than the positive side, it's the mistakes that we might have committed, not to commit it again when try to build a community.
Do you think the era of like hype marketing is over where it's just pure speculation, not talking about utility, just go to the moon, go to the moon, go to the moon? Is that still important? Do you think it still has a time and place, or do you think that moment has passed?
I think that for normal projects, that time might have passed. That's something that still works on for meme coins and other coins like, well, let's say shit coins. But for legit projects, for people that are actually building a product and that are looking for clients, I think that time has passed. I mean, it takes a lot of effort, a lot of investment in order to hype a token, and in a market like that, you cannot swim against the tide. You cannot go against the tide, man. I mean, it's impossible. I mean, in a bull market, everyone buys everything. It's easy to be everywhere. You can invest. You can get a positive ROI easily. In a neutral or bearish market, there's no amount of money that can hype your token if you are not backed by a real product.
Do you think meme coins are good for crypto?
Actually, just this morning there was this conversation, some Telegram chat. I don't know what, but people were saying that like, yeah, I mean, coins are here to stay for the good or for the bad. I mean, people love gambling; they will keep gambling forever. And there was this conversation. People were giving different opinions. Someone saying they have an utility. My opinion, they have not, unless that it's for kind of gaming or whatever. But I see that they're not that at all. I mean, it's like investing or going to a casino. Gambling is here. Gambling has been always been here, and it will stay here forever. So, in my opinion, meme coins are here to stay.
Meme coins are here to stay. All of them?
Of course not. The ones that just collapse, like most of them, they would just go away. But some of them, definitely, they have too high market cap just to disappear overnight.
Got you. What do you want your community to know about what you guys are doing if you had to pick one thing that you're like, this is the thing that I want everyone who comes in, buys our token, joins our community to know?
Okay, so, well, guys, stay up to date because what we are building and what we are doing right now is just the beginning. For the next 6 months are going to be game changing for the tokenization industry, and we are going to be ones leading that movement.
Awesome. Anything else you want to add on to this interview?
Not much. Just again, thank you guys for inviting us, and just gonna go back to make business to downtown after the interview. So
Go get some real business done.
yeah,
We do actually work at these conferences. I know everyone who's watching, they see the party videos, they see us hanging out at Marquee, drinking, hanging out at absolutely fantastic mansions like this one. But honestly, this is like, you mentioned a lot of work gets done in these personal conversations. When you're going out, you're meeting people in real life. So if you're at home and you're thinking to yourself, I don't know if I should go to Token. I don't know if I should go to this event. It's far away. Seems like a lot of work. I don't know how it's going to turn out. Put those fears to the side for a little bit. Come experience it. You're going to have a great time. You're going to learn more than you ever would online, even as someone who's chronically online on Twitter all the time. But the amount of learning and knowledge that you can get from people, meeting them in person, you can't replace that from online. We were peacock in the background or something. It's a sign. Get yourself to Token2049. Come to these different media houses, meet with the Brickken team. Really come and talk to those people that you've been in Telegram groups with forever. You've been having Google Meets with. You're going to make a lot more progress, whether it's with partnerships, friendship even, or just business relationships. You need to come and meet people in person. Real business, as much as we're in an online world, and I still think being online and all that is great, you can't replace authentic human connection in real life. There's just something special about being able to sit next to someone, hear their thoughts, think about what they're doing, and really get into the details with them that you can't replace with an online call like a Google Meet.
and come on, guys, we don't bite. So if anytime, whatever,
Unless you want
meet,
to. No, just kidding.
If we are asked to, well, then we can negotiate. But if anytime any one of your audience sees anyone from Brickken, don't be shy. Just say hi, and we are always open to meet whomever.
Awesome. Thank you so much for the
Thank you so
fantastic
much, man.
interview. Thank you. Hey, what's up?
But it's not something Genzio is afraid of.
If you want to survive, you got to build a
How
hive.
many know we do not understand that we do not
Ladies and gentlemen,
We're back at the Genzio Media House.
Oswald, thanks so much for joining us today.